Should we get right into our fan questions?
Yeah, that's like flown by. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Let's see what
Okay.
the questions are
Okay,
today.
let's tap into our fan questions from this week. By the way, continue to send in fan questions. We love these, and it is a highlight for us to be able to read these out and answer you guys. So I'll start with the first one
Okay.
from at Marcus Morales 3298. He said, "Hey Fred, I've been a 49er all my life, and my question is, what's your and Sid's favorite shoe?
Favorite shoe. I'm
What's your
guessing
favorite
he
shoe,
means
babe?
brand.
Or brand, or maybe if you have a specific shoe that you like."
Okay. Favorite shoe. I'm gonna let you go ahead and start that.
I'll start.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start. The first one that came to mind, I'm a big, sneaker guy, Nikes, Jordans, um, and I'm a big Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows kind of guy. I got basically every pair in my collection right now, and that's that. I kind of do a low rotation of the Travis Scotts right now. I'd say that's my favorite shoe. If I had to pick one out of all of
Mhm.
them, I'd have to go with the fragments.
Okay.
It's like the blue with the cream on it a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Show
It's
me.
okay. I'll
Show
show
me.
you after we're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's my favorite shoe? I'm just gonna go with more of like a style of shoe rather than
Sure.
well, you kind of did that too.
Whatever you want.
I recently have been into boots a lot.
Okay.
So I guess with the changing of the weather, I've really been into boots. So my last like few shoe purchases have been like boots.
Yep.
Um, so I would say boots.
Okay.
hmm
In boots it is.
Today I got a black pair of boots.
Did you? You already have like 5 black pairs of
You
boots.
always need another one.
You
Those
always
are
need another.
yeah.
You always need another, as they say.
Okay, so I will do the next. Next question is by Rich Hindalgo, 8567.
hmm
And his question is, if you guys didn't play football, what career route would you have gone? Any plans after you retire from the sport? So I think he meant if you didn't play football, what
Yeah.
have you would have done? And then any plans after you retire?
Okay. And you can jump in too to let the people know like what your maybe different routes that you were wanting to do when you were growing up, like what you wanted to be.
Oh, as an athlete?
No, just like what you want to do as a career route.
Okay.
Obviously you have your career right now, but like what's maybe some different things that you had in mind when you were growing up? You have anything in mind?
So I was just actually talking about this on my Instagram a few weeks ago. I did like a Q&A and someone asked me, what do you think you would do if you weren't doing social media? Which social media, I had no idea that I would be doing this. This is super weird. But I'm grateful and it's amazing. And it's a way for me to be creative and do what I want just in a different way, which is great. But I think initially, as I was in school, as a school kid and in high school and stuff, I really wanted to be in the medical field and I wanted to be like a doctor. I had dreams of being an astronaut, but one that was more realistic is like I wanted to be like a nurse or a nurse practitioner or even like a surgeon. That was like my dream. And of course, I didn't take school as seriously as I should have to be able to do those professions because you have to be extremely serious and
hmm
completely dedicate your whole entire life to those fields. But I think that's kind of if I could like take it all back and tell my younger self,
Take school
I
more serious.
take school more serious. And if
hmm
you see yourself doing, because that dream still hasn't gone away. Like I'm, still in my late 20s and I still feel like, oh my gosh, like I wish I was getting up every day and like putting on my scrubs and like going to the OR.
hmm
So yeah, I feel like that was my like dream. If I wasn't, where I am today.
I think it worked out pretty well
No, it
for you.
absolutely did. But I think
hmm
it's a good thing for when we have kids one day, like telling them, like, follow your dream, just
Sure.
like you did. You
Absolutely.
literally followed your dream and you accomplished it. And
hmm
if I did that, I would be in the hospital right now. Yeah. So that's important, I think.
Yeah. That's a great,
Yeah.
great look. It's hard for me to say that there was something else that I was kind of thinking about being. I mean, I went all plan A. There was no plan B. It was
Mhm.
football or nothing. But that's probably not a good answer because I'm sure my mom wouldn't like that answer. Obviously for her there was
No, she would, because she put in a lot of like dollars to
yeah,
get
no, I mean,
you.
she obviously wanted me to go the football route, but you never know if you're gonna make it pro.
Yeah.
I think there was a time where I kind of thought about business, maybe starting my own business. I don't know
Which you
what it would
still
have.
think about.
Yeah, I mean,
after
sure. Like
school.
after football, I may start my own business doing something. I don't know what it would be.
Yeah.
I don't think often about what my life after football is going to look like because I feel like I'm still so young in my career that I still got a long ways to go. So it's not something I'm actively thinking about. But I remember when I was younger, I did think about being an architect too. That's
Mhm.
something that just came to mind
If you
because
guys
I
don't
like to
Yeah,
draw.
if you guys don't know, Fred is an artiste.
No, we're
No,
not
he
gonna go off.
actually no, he is. He's an artiste and he can draw and paint and he's so creative. He can like mold things. He's in one year we were doing gingerbread houses for Christmas. And me and my mom were just like messing around on ours, like just trying to make it work. And we look over and Fred has this whole entire like football stadium gingerbread house with like the perfect dots. And
Listen, we bought it. It was the football
no,
stadium
Fred,
gingerbread house. Like, that's what it was. We bought it like
this is
that.
the thing. You're an artist and you
Okay.
need to claim it.
All right.
And one day maybe an architect.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a fun fact about Fred.
Yep. I don't know if I can claim it, but I guess I do got a little bit of a little skill on there
So
on the
you'd
pad.
say Plan A was always football, but you had other interests that you could see
Yeah,
yourself, if you applied yourself, you could have been successful at.
absolutely. I feel like I'm very driven, so I feel like whatever I would have pursued, I would have accomplished it.
Right.
Good question. Okay, for our final question here, from at the Mushroom Man VR. What a name. Hey Fred, who's your all-time favorite player and who's Sydney's all-time favorite player? Okay, favorite football player?
Yeah.
You got an all-time favorite football
I'll
player?
let you start. And I'll piggyback off that.
Okay. Who's your all-time favorite player? My favorite NFL player of all time. Growing up, I had a couple of. Let me just go down the line of people I kind of admire growing up. Growing up, I hate to say it, I was a Cowboys fan growing up. It's America's team. My father, he was a Cowboys fan, but I also was from San Diego, and obviously that's the local team. I'm from San Diego, so I was looking at some of the San Diego players, LaDainian Tomlinson with the boom, over the little flick up when he would score a touchdown. Sean Merriman and the lights out, as a fellow defensive player. And then from the Cowboys, DeMarcus Ware, Dez Bryant throwing up that X. Those are some of the guys that were for sure players that I looked up to growing up. And then it's hard to just choose one though, honestly. I don't know if I had one because I never really had like the poster in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Who
Like
was Troy's poster?
Troy's poster was probably Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham. He was a Carolina Panther fan for a little bit. He bounced around teams. Troy's my little brother, and Troy, if you're watching this, hey, I gotta call it out, baby. I gotta call it like it is. All right, you probably had about 10 different teams growing up when we were
That's
younger.
very Troy. He like changes his
He liked the
mind.
Steelers. He liked the Panthers. He liked you name it. He probably was a fan of them at some point. But big fan of OBJ. Yeah, those are just some of the names we just throw. I throw out there for you.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you? You had a favorite player?
Just Fred Warner.
Fred Warner.
Yeah.
That's a great
Keep
answer,
it
baby.
simple
I love
and
that answer.
Well, we love those questions, guys, and please always put more. It's like one of my favorite parts of our segment is answering all those questions. So you can just drop them in our YouTube comments, or that's pretty much wherever you can put it in our YouTube comments. But I think that's it. Today was a little bit of a faster.
It was
a fast episode. I know. I feel like we're just like ripping through there. I know.
Yeah.
But we will be back next Monday. Episodes drop on Tuesdays, and you can of course follow us anywhere you get your podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. And then for anything NFL related, you can go to 33rdteam.com and wish us luck on Sunday, and we will see you guys on Tuesday.
Warner House.
Bye, guys. Be sure to subscribe anywhere you get your podcast and to the Warner House on YouTube.